So, all right, brother, we got a little court case here where the mother is suing the son. I, I'm gonna let y'all know something, brothers. These women, these single mothers that don't have that don't have the father in the child's life is going to be very, 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 very difficult to raise that child, especially if they have a son. It is unbalanced if the father is not in the picture. Now, when you start hearing some of the things that the mother said, or actually when the commentator speaks and he talks about the case with the mother and he talks about the case with the son, it's going to be very disturbing. But when you start hearing the mother and the son speak, it's going to even be more disturbing. So we're going to go ahead and get into this court case, and I'll be chiming in throughout the video.
This is the plaintiff, Marie. She says she had a graduation party for the defendant, her 21-year-old son, and ended up getting very angry at her that night over a girl. He charged at her, pushed her into the bathroom, hit her, and she fell into the Venetian blinds, breaking them. He also slammed the dining room chair into the wall and ripped her bedroom door off. As a mother, it breaks her heart to have to sue her son. But the defendant must stop this behavior. She's suing for $1,385. The amount she's owed for repairs. This is the defendant, Christian Perez. He says his mother has a drinking problem, and he admits to getting mad at her once and slamming a chair on the floor. He's since moved in with his father, says his mother's making up all this stuff because she loves money and just sues people for a living. He owes her nothing because this lawsuit's an attempt to make him look bad, so shame on her. He's accused of making his mom mad.
Let me tell you something, brothers. When the mother is raising a child and the father, he's halfway in, halfway out the picture, whenever the child starts to become out of control, the mother will she'll end up dialing the father and send the child over to the father because she can't raise that child. By the time the child turns 13, the mother has nothing to teach the child, especially if he is a boy. The mother has nothing to teach him. And most of these mothers are raising their sons two ways. They're either raising them how not to be like their father because they may hate the father, or they're either raising him to how to be like what they wish they had, the man they wish they had. That's the only two ways most of these single mothers are raising their sons. But let's go ahead and continue. Let's get into this court case.
All parties, please raise your right hands. Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Douglas. Okay, Marie, you've asked to be referred to only as Marie. You are suing your son, Christian Perez, for $1,385 in damages that you say your son has done throughout the years in your home while he was living with you. What's going on?
Your Honor, it pains me to be here, to be suing my son, but I'm trying to teach him a lesson that you just can't go around being angry and acting like the Hulk without there being consequences. Christian has, on a regular basis, get angry and he breaks things. For example, my daughter and I were having a discussion. It became heated. She saw something on television, saw some girl spit on somebody, so she wanted to know about it. She spit on me. I think
my she just wanted to spit on you.
Yeah,
How
I
old's
guess
your
my
daughter?
son, she's going to be 18 on Friday. But back then,
What? Did y'all hear that? This is how she's raising her child. Her daughter saw something on TV with spitting, so she allows her daughter to spit on her to teach her what? So we already see what type of mother this is. And brothers, that's just the beginning. It's a lot more. Let's continue.
then it was probably like 2 years ago, and my son wanted to stop us from arguing, so he took my chair, my dining room chair, and hit it up against the wall, and the dining room chair
How
broke.
long ago was this? 2 years ago?
Yeah, but what I'm trying to do is give you a picture of, how he does this regularly. Another incident in which he destroyed my property is his car broke down, and he delivers pizza. So I allowed him to use my luxury car. It's a Mercury. He rode the car all the way to New York City for the weekend. And then when he got back, I came to pick up my car. He immediately threw a temper tantrum, jumped on top of the van, dented the hood, kicked my luxury car, dented that as well.
How long ago was this?
That was in May.
How old's your son?
He's 21.
Why don't you throw...
Now, he took the car to New York. I don't know where they're at today, but he brought it back. He had a temper tantrum and started jumping up and down on the car. I want to know why did he do that? I really want to know why he did that. That makes no sense. But let's continue with the mother.
Throw his behind out of your house.
You know what? He's lived with his father and myself off and on, he and my daughter. So he's not like living in my house on a consistent basis. It's like, it's erratic, in other words.
Well, I just don't understand. You're describing something that if he's violent like that, I don't want him around my daughter either. So he's out. He can go be violent in his own apartment that he pays for. I don't get it. Like, why are you not kicking him out?
No, he's out now.
What's going on?
I don't even know where to start.
Well, why don't we start with your mother's claim where she wants you to pay her $1,385 because according to her in the last few years, you've ripped up bathroom blinds, broken 2 dining room chairs, ripped out a bedroom door, et cetera, et cetera.
And I don't recall any of that except...
You recall? The heck does that mean?
I don't recall any of that besides...
Well, wouldn't you recall if it had happened? I don't get it. It either did happen or it didn't. There's no I don't recall.
It didn't happen.
Well, she says it did.
I didn't rip up blinds.
Tell me about the rip-up blinds. How did that happen?
He graduated February 8, 2013, and I gave him a party.
From where?
From high school. And I gave him a party. At the party, one of his best friends made a pass at his sister, my daughter, and it infuriated him. So his best friend's brother got him out of the house to calm him down. The side door to the kitchen was open. So he runs back through the side door through the kitchen and he charges me.
So he charged you at the party?
And he was hitting me.
He was hitting you?
Yeah, and I was covered up.
Was that the first time he hit you?
Yeah, I was covered up. And then once it was over with, the guy said, "That's your mother, that's your mother." And I said, "Christian, you cannot hit."
Was he drunk?
He was, and I'm saying that because he's going to say that I have a drinking problem. That's what I heard when he was walking in here. But that car incident.
Why is he going to say that?
Because he wants to get out of.
Because one time
what? I got.
Well, let's see. According to you, one of the dining room chairs was broken during an episode where you and your daughter, who's not yet 18,
right?
You took her out for a drink.
Yes, I did.
Why would you take a minor who's 17 out for a drink?
Because when I was younger, my mother took me out for a drink when I was 16. She said that.
And the drinking age was 18. And your mother.
Does that make sense? Is that what's going on in this so-called black community? I mean, I don't want to be part of the black community if that's what we're doing. So her mother took her out, had her drinking at 16, so she feels that that's the way to. What are we doing here? She ended up taking her daughter. Hey, go ahead, daughter. You're 16. Take some of this E&J, this Hennessy, this Ciroc. So is this the new thing that we're doing now? Well, it can't be new because she said that that's what her mother did. So that's kind of weird. Go ahead, my brothers.
Yes, I'm so glad it's just a brothers only panel. But I would like to say, but that's what's going on now. Mothers they think that they're a child's friend. They try to be cool with them, and this is the type of behavior that they got. You know, this lady right here, she look like she has sense, but obviously she don't. This is crazy. But go ahead, Real.
Mugga said let her up.
No.
And so notice she said her mom took her to go get a drink. Key words, mother took her to go do the same thing. This is I don't get it, but That's all I gotta say.
Brothers, we haven't even to the worst part yet. That's only the beginning.
Mother took you out, and
Yes, she did.
and now he says you're an alcoholic.
I'm not an alcoholic.
Okay, so you took your daughter. Tell me again why? Because your mother took you out, and what?
My mother took me out because she said she wanted, if I were to drink or smoke or anything, she wanted to be there with me and, give me the ins and outs and not have it occur with my friends. So, I took my daughter.
Okay.
But
so
I
you
want to
taught her
say
how to-
one more thing before you go on.
Yeah.
After he, messed up my car and everything, I'm from the Virgin Islands, St. Croix Virgin Islands, and they don't know their ancestry. And so after he messed up my car, I took the entire family to the Virgin Islands. I sent for him so that he could meet his family for the first time after having not spoken to him. And when he got there, the drinking age was 18, and we did drink, and I took him to a strip club. Yes, I did.
I didn't even ask that question.
But I
have no idea. All right.
I'm telling you to let
Brothers, she took her son to a strip club. I don't think I'm gonna be honest with you, brothers. I'm not saying that it doesn't. This is my first time ever hearing a mother taking her son to the strip club. But you know what's wrong today, brothers, with these parents? They want to be friends with their children. And that's the problem with a lot, especially in the so-called black community. They want to be friends with their children. When I heard this, that's, again, bro, this is the first time I ever heard a mother taking their son to the strip club. I've never heard anybody do that before. Never. Oh, boy. I don't make this stuff up. I just want to just let you know, brother, I don't make this stuff up. Y'all, brother, better get a hold of y'all children. And y'all better make the right decision on who you give your seed to. Because most of these women are bad shit crazy. Let's continue.
to let you know that I'm an equal opportunity parent.
Corrector?
Parent. He was 19. He had never been to a strip club. And I was like, okay, I'm going to take you to a strip
Who
club.
goes to a strip club with their mother? Did you go to a strip club with your mother?
It was extremely awkward.
Well, why did you go? Say no and go to a strip club with your cousins. Well, I don't get it.
That's exactly what she wanted to do, so I was like, hey, let's go.
Okay, that is just...
As you can see, he's a mama's boy. He's a mama's boy. He even felt awkward going, but he went anyway. But that's what's going on in this so-called black community. That's why I say when the father is not in the household, guess what, brothers? It is unbalanced. It is unbalanced. And these mothers are reckless. 99.9% of them are reckless. They have nothing to teach their child after the age of 13. What is she teach? Matter of fact, somebody tell me, what is she teaching her child by taking her son, to the strip club? What is she teaching her daughter when hey daughter, you're 16 now, let's go drink some E&J. Let's go drink some Ciroc. Let's go drink some Hennessy at 16. What are you teaching her? Oh, boy. Let's continue.
It's really weird. What's going on? Because according to her, you're ungrateful. She's stood by your side. You've been kind of a challenge of a child. She's tried to be a good mother to you, and you've destroyed a bunch of her stuff.
The violent stuff.
What happened when she came home with your sister that night?
Oh, I snapped. I honestly snapped.
And why
and
did you
broke a
snap?
chair.
What happened?
Because she was smacking me while I was sleeping. Yes.
Your mother was slapping you in your sleep.
Slapping me and yelling, and she said that my sister was outside. She was throwing up or whatever, and she was gonna choke on her own vomit, and it was all my fault.
Because you wouldn't get out of bed?
Yes. So when I finally got up, it was 5 o'clock in the morning.
And not her fault because she got her drunk.
Exactly. And I went to sleep around 4 o'clock. 5 o'clock was when she woke me up. I had to be to work at 9. I was upset that I was getting woken up, and for this reason, which I had nothing to do with.
And you didn't go outside to check on your sister?
I went downstairs actually, and she was in the bathroom, and I saw way more than I wanted to see because she didn't have much clothes on, and I lost it.
And what'd you do?
I went upstairs. We argued. The closest thing to me was a chair because she was daring me to hit her. So I broke the chair and I walked out.
So what'd you do with the chair?
Before I let him continue with the chair, something else that I've noticed, these mothers are walking around the house half naked with children. Some of them are grown children or at least teenagers walking around half naked around the house. Again, brothers, when the father is not in the home, it is unbalanced. That's why you have a lot of these children, they don't know what to do. You have a lot of these boys that are seeking male energy when there is no father inside the household. I don't make this stuff up, brothers. I don't. I keep it 100 at all times. Let's continue.
I lifted up, slammed it on the ground, and it broke. It was a wooden chair. She had it for about 15 years.
Where are you living now?
With my father.
How old are you?
21. I had my own place, but that didn't work out due to the roommate situation, and I can't afford it on my own.
Find another roommate. Do what everybody else does.
Yep.
Did you rip her bedroom door out?
No. I don't know how the bedroom door got ripped up. She made it seem like I just pulled the whole door off the hinges.
Does your mother have a drinking problem?
Oh, yeah.
Has she ever been in any kind of detox program or anything like that?
Nope. But she gets very physical when she's drinking. She's thrown stuff at me, hit me a couple times.
How are you going to prove the value of the stuff that you're suing for?
I went on Home Depot line and I looked up the cost of the door, the blinds.
Do you have any witnesses to the door or the blinds? There's a room full of witnesses. There's a party going on. Was she throwing you a party?
Yeah.
And then you get mad because one of your friends makes a pass at your sister?
Yeah, because it was totally inappropriate.
Well, what was the pass?
He took the bottle of E&J that was on the counter and he put it towards his private parts, and he told my sister if she wanted anything to drink, she would have to play with it.
And
I was right there and I punched him in his face.
Good for you. And then what happened?
Me and him got into a scuffle, and the part about the blinds, my mother was actually trying to hold him back in the bathroom, and I came through the door and I charged at both of them, and the blinds apparently
Because you were charging at him again. Are you friends with this guy?
No, not right now. No.
Right.
We haven't talked since that day.
Oh my gosh.
Judge Million, I don't want to interrupt, but I have to say something.
You already did.
Never in all my life did I know my son could lie the way he's lying now. And it breaks my heart to know that he can do it without any conscience. And what is more devastating to me right now is knowing that our family traditions of Thanksgiving, Christmas, they're all shot to hell.
What did you think suing your son would do to Thanksgiving and Christmas?
I actually thought suing him would teach him a lesson about consequences.
You know, she said family traditions. She's from the Virgin Islands. They don't practice Thanksgiving in the Virgin Islands. Again, oh man. As y'all can see, y'all see no father in the house. The children are out of control. The mother doesn't know how to raise these kids. Hey, I don't make this stuff up, brothers. She probably did grow up in the States, but she said family tradition. So, hey, again, but you're going to hear some more from the son, and you're going to notice there's going to be something that's going to be said about the father that the mother used to do to the father. So you're going to see how out of control or how she is an agent of chaos. But let's continue.
I'm not the first door he ripped down. He ripped down his principal's door
Slim,
at
before you
Boise
go,
School.
Slim,
What are you doing? Taking your...
Go ahead, my brother.
when was it his sister who he saw that had no clothes on was his mom?
His mom.
Oh, I heard that a lot though. Like a lot of moms. Oh, it was the sister. The sister didn't have no clothes.
Oh, was it
No
sister?
clothes on. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then I stand
Yeah,
corrected.
but you did make a point though, because it was his post made on Facebook about how moms like walking around had a long titties hanging around their children, no shirt on. So a lot of people is used to that type of behavior, especially in the black community. So
I've seen it, General, but she had clothes on. It's just that she didn't have no bra on, and I saw her, and when I linked up with her, and I'm looking. First of all, the way she answered the door was I thought was kind of crazy. But then you got your kids there because one of her children was a teenager, and I'm just thinking like you walking around the house like that with no bra. I mean nipples and everything showing. So I just thought that was very inappropriate. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I've heard that a lot um where there are women that are mothers that are walking around half naked with their children in the while in a home, and I think that's a little bit crazy. I'm gonna tell you something. My mom ain't never walked around like that, but my dad was in the house too, so I don't get it. But let's go ahead and continue. Who is who is that in a man? I ain't worried about that. Let's continue.
Taking your daughter out, getting her drunk, and then waking up your son who has to go to work at 9 o'clock to go deal with the problem that you created.
Well, it seemed as though when I told her I'm going to get your brother, she jumped up and, got herself together.
She's sick. She's throwing up because she got drunk, because you got her drunk.
She was not throwing up.
Why do you wake him up to take care of that? I mean, it's kind of bizarre,
Welcome back to the People's Court. Harvey Levin here.
The bedroom door incident happened when?
That same night, he ripped the door off. And all of a sudden he says he doesn't recall. Pardon?
Do you have pictures of this?
Yes, I do.
Let me see. Show me pictures. Do you have pictures of damage to the car?
Yes, they're all here.
Do you have any proof of what the car dent cost to fix?
I changed pocketbooks this morning. And then I left it. I don't know why.
You took the pictures. The damage to the car was when?
May 2012, because I sent for him to go to the Virgin Islands in August 2012. My daughter took the picture this morning. She was like, Ma.
It hasn't been fixed. Okay.
So, yeah.
You're putting a value on these chairs of $50 each?
Yeah.
There was more than one?
Yeah. Why, you can't keep track of all the stuff you break?
I only recall breaking one chair. I'm pretty sure I only broke one chair. Throughout my lifetime.
How about the car?
The car?
You have an
I
anger
don't know
management
nothing
problem?
she's speaking about with the car.
You have an anger management problem?
No.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
What does father say about this?
His father has conversations with him in regards to what he can and cannot do. And I guess it falls on deaf ears.
I just don't understand. He's 21. You're 21, right? Not 12. I mean, you got to put up with this garbage as a parent when the kid's 12. When they're 21, you kick them right out the door, and then they realize, what 3 hots and a cot mean.
He's out now.
They value. No, he's not. He's with his father.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He's never coming in my house again.
My father actually doesn't talk to my mother because my mother is abusive. And my mother assaulted him. It's on file. If you
Man, I'd love to be a fly on the wall on Thanksgiving in this house.
Y'all hear that? The mother was abusive. And y'all know how it is out here where these women are verbally abusive and some of them are physically abusive. And you got these men, and I don't condone violence at all, but you got these men that are they're told to walk away from women. And again, I'm not here to tell men to go out and smack the taste out of these women's mouths when they touch you. I'm not saying that. But he should have probably vetted maybe she wasn't like that in the beginning. But again, brothers, if he saw that means the reason why she probably treats him like that, because more than likely he resembles his father, which a lot of mothers do that. They don't. When the child looks more like the father, they have a problem with that child. whether it's the daughter or the son. I'm telling you, brothers, most of these women are bat shit crazy. They are agents of chaos and confusion. That's why it takes a man to balance them. Because when they by themselves, it's like you just basically open the cage or open the zoo. I don't make this stuff up. Let's continue.
This household. What's your game plan? You just never talk to your mother again?
There's Thanksgivings where I haven't been there. There's Christmases. There's plenty of holidays that haven't happened, so I don't see why it's such a big deal now, because in the past, no one's ever together to start with.
That's not true.
Okay, I am not a therapist. I am a judge.
And I have had him in therapy
Yeah,
for the majority of his life.
okay. But, you know, I have you admitting to damaging several things there.
Even if you had him in therapy, you threw a party for him, which had alcohol, you was there, you probably traumatized your son. So you were definitely the problem. Brothers, the best therapy are some parents that are some good parents. Parents that are wise. Those are your best therapists. So she probably messed his life up. And at 21, that man should already be doing something. I don't know if he has a job or not. He had an apartment, couldn't keep it. So obviously he's probably working at some dingy job. Brothers, as parents, if you are a parent, it is your job to raise your child. It's your responsibility to raise your child up right, so they can go on the right path. It is, and you don't need to be kicking them out right at 18. Oh, after high school, I'm going to kick my child out. As even the judge said, why did you kick him out? So now he lives with his father, and now his father got to deal with that. Brothers, it's your responsibility to raise your children. It is, because if you don't raise them, society's going to raise them. The police might end up raising them. The jailhouse might end up raising them. The prison system might end up raising them. Y'all better get right out here, brothers. Get your children in order.
There. I don't know that I would sue you if I was your mother, but she is suing you, and I have you admitting to a bunch of different things that you damage in anger. But it's saying to me, but Judge, I was right to be angry. Which is fine, but that doesn't give you the right to start smashing things.
I understand.
Right.
She never asked me to pay for it neither.
Well, she's asking you now, and she's within the statute of limitations. So she's asking for $1,385, which is ridiculous, particularly when you don't bring any proof of anything. So I'm looking at the pictures, and I'm going to make my own estimation for the stuff that I believe you damaged and that you've talked about damaging. And I'm going to order you to pay her $250. That's my judgment. Verdict for the plaintiff.
Well, let's first talk to the young man, the defendant right here. What was that like for you in court there?
That was awful.
How come? How come?
Because it's my mother, and she called me a liar, and she was the one telling all the stories. I'll probably cry about it later.
Yeah.
Probably.
Do you love your mom?
Of course I love my mother. I love my mother to death. And I don't.
Do you think she loves you and cares about you? Really? Are you still going to continue to reach out to her? At some point? All right, okay. All right. Right down this way.
Her own son breaking down in tears. I'm sure that he's frustrated and went through a lot. He went through a lot with his mother. But brothers, watch what the mother says after this. This is where you know that she's an agent of chaos and confusion. Watch what she says.
Well,
what can I say? He lied, and there's a problem with the young people today. There's a crisis. They have no humble, and they don't listen. They don't humble themselves. They don't listen. And
oh, really? I thought those were tears in his eyes.
I think my son, I've taught him to be articulate. And
What do you think those tears meant?
He was acting. He lied. He was acting.
You still love your son?
No, I'm lying.
Okay, Harvey.
No, I'm just joking. I love my son, but it felt good to say that because he lied.
You know,
Now, you hear that, brothers? And I don't think that she was. I don't think she was joking. I honestly believe that what she sees, she looks at her ex-husband in him, and she doesn't like him. I'm sure that he looks more like his father, and that's why she has hatred towards him. Go ahead, my brother.
Yeah, she's an evil bitch. Why would you even say no? That expression on her face was no. She's never loved that boy, and it might be what Slim is talking about. But she parents like that indoctrinate their kids to suffer, and they turn them into abusers of drugs, alcoholics. They turn them into the very thing that they are. She is an evil woman. She was wrong. She thought, and she's bringing up family gatherings. Lady, you don't care. You're probably drunk at every holiday, every event. That child has been suffering.
Mm-hmm.
The best thing he could have done was go to. It seems like every time you have an extreme problem, someone's drunk. There's a party. All of those stuff. The simple fact that when the mother got on the daughter about getting the brother, and her daughter seemed to her mother seems to be getting herself together, seems that she puts her son in a lot of adult situations,
Right.
and she makes him feel like shit. She's an evil woman. He lied. So you say I don't love my son. I'm joking afterwards. She's a sick individual.
Very. What's up, General?
Those tears represent the American black man dealing with the black woman. Sorry. Not all ladies. Please don't be offended. I'm not talking about you. Not all of them, but most. Like, I felt that because despite all that his mother did, he still said, listen, he said, I love her to death. And so he's still balling up some type of resentment towards his mother, but yet through it all, he's still saying, hey, I'm gonna deal with it. This is my mother. I love her. And a lot of men are really dealing with that. We just dealing with a lot of women, not the ones in this room or in the comments.
Cheers.
'Cause I don't want nobody to be offended, but I hope we do recognize there are some women, who behavior uh, uh, traumatize a lot of people, from husbands to even their children. So, yeah.
Brothers, this court case, let me say this, brothers. Choose who you plan on giving your seed to wisely. Because a lot of these women don't want to be mothers, and a lot of them don't want to be wives. They want the title, but they don't want the responsibility. So, brothers, again, choose wisely, because you see what happened with this court case. And she don't care. She got him out the house, so she is good. She good. And part of that is because of the way she was raised. But that's pretty much it, brothers. I just wanted this to show you something, you know what I'm saying? But that's it. Peace.